Hi guys, and welcome back to HyperShadeTutorials. In the last tutorial I showed you guys how to add the three boxes, so I'm going to quickly recap with that. So if we start our game, you should see our customize menu and then barrel attachment. Once we click on barrel attachment, these three boxes will pop up. Now the next step is to add the up and down arrows so we can attach things to our guns. We're also going to add a back button once we finish editing, so it saves it that way. We're also going to add the currency. We're also going to add the animations, so it goes into the right animation states. And also we're also going to add a camera change position. Now let's do that today. Okay, so let's go into our script first of all. Bear with me, I just need to delete some stuff. I think I already have, that's fine. Alright, before we do start, I just want to make sure you guys got the right variables. So if you go to the very top, please make sure you have these variables exactly how they are. So I'm going to leave it here for a while you quickly note them down. Okay, that should be enough. So let's go down to our barrel attachment on, and let's add a couple of lines. So first of all, I'm going to say if open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, closing curly brace. I'm just going to put two comment lines on top here. I'm going to say up arrows, and one over here, and I'm going to put up arrow close, and then let's go back into here. Okay, so we're going to say GUI dot button. Now we're making the arrows a button because when we click on them we want something to happen. So we're not just going to put this as GUI button, we need to be inside an if statement. And I'm going to put open bracket, new rect, open bracket, and I believe I call this up arrows, open bracket 0, open square bracket, sorry, close square bracket 0, comma, up arrows, open square bracket 1, closing square bracket, comma, up arrows, open square bracket 2, sorry, close square bracket, comma, up arrows, open square bracket 3, closing square bracket, closing bracket, comma, two speech marks. We're going to have no text, so we'll leave that as blank. And then we're going to add the GUI skin. I think I called it up arrow skin dot custom styles, open square bracket, close square bracket 0. Now inside here, I'm just going to put a debug line for now. And I'm going to say you hit item 1 followed by an up. Save your script. Let's go back into Unity. Oh, there's an error. I forgot to put a closing bracket after this again, so it closed the actual if statement. Sorry. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to create the GUI skin for the up arrow. So click on any GUI skin on the script, and I'm just going to duplicate one of them. So I'm going to go edit, duplicate. It's over here. I'm going to rename this to up arrow button, and I'm going to change the GUI skins. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add the up arrow to this one and remove the second one, like so. The text, there's nothing, so that's fine. I'm going to go back to the main camera and look for up arrow skin right over here, and we're going to attach that to that up arrow button to up arrow skin. Perfect. Now I'm going to open up arrows, and I'm going to increase its element size by 4, and we're going to start setting this at runtime. Okay, so we'll click on barrel attachments. Now we can't see nothing yet because none of its values are set up, so I'm going to put 100 by 100 by 100 by 100, and it pops up in the top. Okay, so I'm going to drag this. It should be around, yeah, roughly. And I'll bring it down. Perfect. And then I'm going to stretch it out. Brilliant. Then I'm going to bring it down a bit. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to bring it down a bit more. Oops. Perfect. That's the first up arrow done. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy these components. We're going to stop our game, and we're going to paste it in here and save. We're going to run the game again, and I'm just going to check, does it give the debug log error? Yeah, it does. Okay, brilliant. Save your script. Let's go back into Unity. Oops. Okay. Something's gone wrong. My keyboard's malfunctioning. Really? Bear with me, guys. Let me just remove the batteries out of this. Okay, what an interesting way to start the tutorial. It's still carrying on. How odd. I'm going to close more and develop quickly. Damn it. Save it and close it. I've got no choice. I'm going to reopen. Alright. And it's still doing the same thing. Okay, now it's screwing things up pretty badly. I think I know what the problem is. Bear with me. Okay, that's fixed. Sorry about that. It was my Mac's keyboard. There was something on top of it, so it was pushing the key down, and then it added all these letters. Sorry, my voice is going away a bit. Okay, yeah, so it was basically adding these L's. Or is that ones? Yeah, it's supposed to be ones. That's an L, I was gonna say. Okay, let me just get rid of these. I do apologize for this. Okay, that's gone. Save that, so to make sure there's no errors. There is. Whoa. Save. Okay, brilliant, now they're gone. So let's go ahead and add the, oh no, I delete my closing brackets, so open brackets. Yeah, that should be okay. Remove this one in here and put this over here. Okay, let me just check. Ah, yeah, we need one more underneath here, which close the actual GUI. There you go, that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to add the next up arrow. So I'm gonna copy this. Now copying is not good, so we're gonna write it again. If open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, closing curly brace. And on top of this, I'm gonna put two comment lines. I'm gonna put up arrow item 1. Up arrow item 2, not item 1, that's my mistake. Okay, and we do the same thing for this. GUI dot button, open bracket, new rect, open bracket, up arrows, open square bracket 0, nope, 4, comma, up arrows, open square bracket 5, closing square bracket, up arrows, open square bracket 6, closing square bracket, up arrows, open square bracket 7, closing square bracket. And then we're going to put a closing bracket, comma, 2 speech marks, and then we're going to put the GUI skin again. We're going to use the same one, so it's up arrow skin dot custom styles, open square bracket 0, closing square bracket, and then we're going to put one closing bracket after this. If I keep calling this square bracket bracket, please excuse me, it's open square bracket. I'm going to put debug line in this. I'm going to say you hit item 2 up, save, and let's go into Unity and let's just set that up as well. So we're going to increase the up arrows by another 4, so we have 8, and then we're going to pretty much copy the values. So the element 4 is going to be 1900, element 5 is going to be 1165, element 6 is fine. No, sorry, element 6 needs to be 183, and the last one's fine. Save this, run Unity. Oh no, before I do that, give me a second. Okay, there it is. It's probably on top of there, so we're gonna drag that along to this side. Yeah, it's there, good. Perfect. So 2102. Just gonna copy that, and I'm gonna paste it over here on element 4. And save. Okay, oops. Let's go back into our scripts. And let's add the next up arrow. Item 3. Okay. Hold on. Let's put close after the last ones. Okay, that's better. And then I'm going to say if open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, closing curly brace, GUI dot button, open bracket, new rect, open bracket, up arrow, open square bracket, 8, closing square bracket, comma, up arrows, open square bracket, 9, closing square bracket, up arrows, open square bracket, 10, closing square bracket, up arrows, open square bracket, 11, closing square bracket, closing bracket, comma, 2 speech marks, then the GUI skins, we call it up arrows up arrow skin dot custom styles open square bracket 0 closing square bracket and one more closing bracket. Let me just zoom into the code a bit more. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to put debug in here as well. I'm going to say you hit item 3. Okay, then save this and go back into Unity. Once it's updating, that's fine. We're going to increase this to 12 and we're going to set the values again. So for a placeholder I'm going to put 1900 1165 183. So it should be element 8 is 1900, element 9 should be 1165, element 10 should be 183, and element 11 should be 44.8. Save. Okay, and I'm going to drag it along. Perfect. 2299. So element 8 can be replaced with 2299. Save. Let's just double check that. Excellent. So when we click on item 1, it should say you clicked on item 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, save your script. Okay, now let's do the down arrows. So I'm going to put 2 comment lines. I'm going to write down arrows start, then 2 more comment lines. I'm going to say down arrows end, and then inside here we're going to put all our if statements. I'll put 2 new comment lines. I'm going to say down arrow item 1, down arrow item 1 close. Okay, and then we're going to say if open bracket close bracket open curly brace closing curly brace. Then inside this we're going to say GUI dot button open bracket new rect open bracket down arrow, or is it down arrows? I can quickly find out. I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to press Ctrl F on it to find, and yes, it's called down arrows, sorry. And then I'm going to put open square bracket 0 closing square bracket comma down arrows open square bracket 1 closing square bracket comma down arrows open square bracket 2 closing square bracket and down arrows open square bracket 3 and closing square bracket and closing bracket comma once again no text and then just GUI skin, so it's down arrow skin dot custom styles open square bracket 0 closing square bracket and 1 closing bracket. And inside this I'm going to say debug dot log open bracket close bracket you hit down arrow item 1. Let's go into Unity. Let's minimize up arrows because we don't need to see those. And before we do carry on, click on up arrow button skin and duplicate it. Once you've done that, I want you to rename it to down arrow button. Once you've done that, I want you to change the up arrow skin to down arrow. And then we go back to our main camera and we apply our new skin. And then I'm going to increase the down arrow size, increase it to 4, and run the game and set it up. Once again, I'm going to put all 100 values and then I'm going to reposition it. Just about here is perfect. I'm going to look at the up arrow's width and height, then put it exactly the same as that. So 183 followed by 44.8. Perfect. So I'm going to copy these components and I'm going to paste them in to our script. Save it. I'm going to turn the variables off, turn the timer back to 0 and run the game and just see what happens. So I click on barrel attachment. If I click down arrow, this time it should say down arrow. Yep, you hit down arrow item 1. Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's go ahead and do the second down arrow and the third one. Okay, inside here, let's say down arrow item 2 start. Then I'm going to put down arrow item 2 close. Okay, and inside this we're going to add a statement. If open bracket close bracket open curly brace, closing curly brace, GUI dot button open bracket new rect open bracket down arrow open square bracket 4 closing square bracket comma down down arrows open square bracket 5 closing square bracket comma down arrows open square bracket 6 closing square bracket down arrows open square bracket 7 and closing square bracket, then followed by a closing bracket, speech marks, then the extra GUI skin, then one closing bracket, and that's that one done. I'm just going to put a debug line in here. And so you hit item 2 down. Save. Let's make the third one. 2 comment lines. Down arrow item 3 start. Down arrow item 3 end. Okay, and let's add our if statement into this. If open bracket close bracket open curly brace and closing curly brace. Then I'm going to say GUI dot button open bracket new rect open bracket down arrows open square bracket, close square bracket, 8, comma, down arrows, open square bracket, close square bracket, 9, comma, down arrows, open square bracket, close square bracket, 10, comma, down arrows, open square bracket, close square bracket, 11, closing square bracket, closing bracket, comma, 2 speech marks, comma, down arrow, skin dot custom styles, open square bracket, close square bracket, and 0, and followed by another closing bracket. Inside here, I'm going to put another debug dot log, open bracket, close bracket, and I'm just going to say you hit item 3 down. That's that. Let's go back into Unity, let the script update. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize the up arrows, and then I'm going to increase the size of the down arrows to 12, like so, and then I'm going to adjust the values. So I'm going to put them as the following: element 4 as 1900, element 5 as 1389, element 6 as 183, leave element 7 as it is, then repeat the process, 1900 for element 8, element 9 is going to be 1389, then element 10 is going to be 183. Save, run the game. Parallel attachments, I can see them there, they overlapping each other, so let's just move them along. So that's number 2. Okay, and then we're going to do the third one as well. Perfect. So I'm going to copy the component, I'm going to stop the game, and I'm going to paste the values, and I'm just going to make sure I've put the right ones in the right place by clicking on them and see what errors they give. Item 1 down, item 2 down, and item 3 down. Perfect. Okay, just save your scene. Let's go back into our script, and now we're going to make the down arrow. Just bear with me, I gotta check something really quickly. Booleans, where are you? Okay, we're going to be working with this boolean next, show back button. So let's go down, and underneath this closing curly brace, I'm going to put if, open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, closing curly brace, and then inside here I'm going to say show back button equals true, and inside here we're going to set up the back button. So I'm going to say GUI dot matrix equals matrix matrix 4x4 dot transform rotate scale, open bracket, new vector 3, open bracket, screen, dot width minus its width. What did I call the floats for this one? Back button position. Okay. Was it lowercase to start with? Where'd it go? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back down. I'm gonna say back. Oh, there it is. Back button position. Open square bracket 0, closing square bracket. times GUI sf.x, comma screen dot height minus back button position, open square bracket 1, closing square bracket, times GUI sf dot y, comma 0, and then a closing bracket, comma quaternion dot identity, and then comma GUI sf, and closing bracket, yeah, and then closing semicolon. Okay, once we're done that, we're just going to make the actual button now. And once again, it's going to be encased inside of an if statement. So if, open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, closing curly brace. I'm going to say GUI dot button, open bracket, new rect, open square bracket. And we're going to leave the first one as 0, then again 0, then comma, then back button pause, open square bracket 2, closing square bracket, comma, back button pause, open square bracket 3, and closing square bracket, closing bracket, comma, 2 speech marks. We're gonna have no text, comma, back button skin, open square, dot custom styles, open square bracket 0, and closing square bracket, and closing bracket, and closing semicolon. No semicolon. Then another closing bracket, which closes the if statement, and I'm going to put debug in here, and I'm going to say you hit back. Okay, so let's go into Unity and let's set that up. Before we can do that, we need to make the skin for that. So I'm going to click on up arrow button skin, and I'm going to duplicate that. Okay, and then I'm going to rename this to back button. Oh, I just noticed an error. So let's go in there. I repeated it twice. I do apologize. That should be like that. Okay, perfect. And where's the duplicated skin I just made? Where did I put that GUI skin? I'm just gonna click on up arrow. Did I duplicate it? I don't think I did I? I can do it again, no worries. So I'm gonna go edit, duplicate. I'm gonna rename this to, oh no, hold on, I did. I call it back button, there we go. And I'm just gonna change the texture to the back button. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna go back onto the main camera. My throat, damn it. And attach the back button skin to this one. Okay, minimize. Oh, open back button position, increase it to 4. Sorry. Then run the game and set it in runtime. Okay, we won't be able to see it yet, so just bear with me. We'll need to turn on the actual back button boolean, and then we're just going to reposition this quickly. perfect. And then when I click on this, it says you hit back. So I'm going to copy the components and I'm going to paste the values. Right, I'm going to stop the video here, then I'm going to resume it later on, because last time the video just didn't open up because I think it got corrupted because of the size. So I should see you guys soon.